Hey everyone. Today we're going to talk about how to raise your vibration pretty much instantly. Now, before you scroll away and are like, oh, this is just another video where she talks about thinking positive, stop. It's not. I understand that there are times where you are not going to be happy, and that is all right. We all go through that. And there's no shame in having a low vibration. It's normal. Our vibrational state actually fluctuates. Our energy and our emotions fluctuate. That's kind of like the law of rhythm and cycles. And so that's not what this video is about. This video is about when you're noticing that you're feeling kind of down, I like to describe it as like blah or meh, or maybe you're like crying or you just want to cry and you're not really sure why. You just know that you're in this kind of low blah state. And you don't want to stay in that state. Right? The feeling where you're like, I feel this way, but I don't want to stay here. Now, there's times where we're in that state and we're like, I just want to feel it for a minute, right? And process. And then it's like, okay, now I'm ready to like raise my vibration again. So when you're at that point, that's what this video is for. That's the purpose of this video. So before we get started, my name is Brittany Brown, and I help mompreneurs, solarpreneurs, entrepreneurs, and side hustlers basically transform from the inside out through mindset, manifestation, inner growth, so that you can improve your life both personally and your business life. If you're like, yes, I'm into topics like that, feel free to join my community. It's called Aligned Ambitions. I have the link in the description below. Without further ado, let's get into it. So, what is vibration? Let's talk about the science of it first. So, when we think about vibration, what we're saying is all matter is made up of atoms. Atoms are the smallest particles of matter. And within those atoms, they move. They vibrate. And the faster they move, the higher their frequency or their rate of vibration. And so when we classify things like this microphone, we are actually classifying it by the vibrational state it's in. So we have atoms that are moving and they come together and they're very, very close together, which means they can't move around too much, which creates a solid. Little science review from elementary school. And so they create a solid. And so this microphone, we classify it based on the vibrational frequency that it's in. Your phone, a table, a computer, all of those things have a vibration based on the atoms moving around. Okay. So all of these things that are moving around, we're moving around because of energy. And all of us have energy, and your body has energy. When you're feeling at a low vibration, and your body's vibrating at a low vibration, it's expressed through your emotions. Your emotions are telling you, hey, I feel kind of like blah, right? I feel sad. I feel upset. I feel angry. And that's words that kind of describe the vibrational state that we're in. And so this is important because when it comes to manifestation, when it comes to the law of attraction, both of those things follow the law of vibration. Meaning, you attract the things that are at those same energetic frequency, those same energetic vibrations as you. So when you're feeling blah, when you're feeling tired, when you're feeling sad, anxious, that's the emotional energy that you're putting out. Now, again, we all go through cycles. We all have our ups and downs. And so it's fine to be in that place, right? There's no shame in that. We all experience it. And so we are going to put out that energy sometimes, but we want to get it to where we're putting out more positive energy, more high frequency energy. So we want the ratio to be a lot more higher energy than lower energy. And so again, it's okay to feel just kind of meh, but we don't want to stay there for long periods of time. So when we can recognize that vibrational state, when we can recognize, hey, I'm in a low vibrational state, then you can take the action to say, okay, I'm going to sit here for a minute in it. Now I'm ready to move on. This video is about giving you those practical methods. Before we do that, let's talk about the difference between your low vibrational state and your high vibrational state. A low vibrational state, you might feel exhausted. You might have lots of negative thoughts, right? Your inner critic is like going wild in your mind there. You might notice like negative patterns. You might be feeling stuck or blah or meh. You might realize you're sad for no reason. You might be feeling guilt or shame or any of those kind of low energy, low pleasantness emotions. If you're vibrating at a high emotional state, a high frequency, you might be in flow state. You might notice that there's a lot of synchronicities in your life, things just coming together naturally. You might be noticing like lots of gratitude or miracles or things just working out in your favor. You might be more energetic or happy or content or peaceful. Okay? Those are more of those high vibrational states. So the first step is really being able to identify where and what this low vibrational pattern is. Because the 5 tips that I'm going to give you, the 5 methods, there's obviously more, but I don't want to overwhelm you. The 5 I'm going to share with you today, which one you choose will depend on how you're feeling. So it's good to recognize, am I just tired? Am I hungry? Am I sad about something, or am I overwhelmed? Sometimes, like for me, it's when I get really hard on myself or when expectations don't meet reality and there's a disconnect from like what I was expecting to happen and what actually happened, which leads to like disappointment sometimes. And then recognizing that point, you can choose which method will work best in that. Once you've identified that and you're like, okay, I'm feeling really hard on myself, what's going on? Then you can say, all right, here's what I'm going to try. So the first method or one way that you can instantly raise your vibration is through movement. So whether this is, and I'm not saying you have to go to the gym for an hour and a half. That's not what I'm saying. But any type of movement. So it might be going for a walk. It might be putting on some jam music and dancing. It might be just like shaking everything out. It may be doing like some yoga or some stretching. And what that does is it gets the blood flowing, the energy flowing, the oxygen flowing. And this is great if you're feeling tired or if you're feeling like hard on yourself, disappointed, if you're feeling like, again, those expectations don't meet reality. One of the key movements that I like to do when I'm feeling like low vibrational state is I actually like to clean. And the reason I find this a great hack is because A, you're moving around, and B, you're cleaning up your space, and a clean space just naturally raises your vibration. And being productive can raise your vibration as well. So I have a story where this happened to me a couple weeks ago, and I was feeling like very like, I don't know, I was hard on myself. I was feeling like expectations didn't meet reality. I just was feeling like I wasn't doing enough. And so I went for a walk, that movement, and I realized on that walk that the reason I was feeling like such low is because there was actually a task that I had been putting off for like, I kept putting on my to-do list day after day after day. I was actually editing videos, and I was like, I have to edit this video. I need to edit this video. And it kept just getting pushed off the to-do list. And then I realized I was getting really hard on myself for not doing it. And so I was feeling kind of like, because my expectations of getting it done right away and the reality were not matching up. And so when I had that clarity, I came home and I was like, okay, I'm just going to sit down and edit the video. And my energy came back, my vibrational state came back, and I felt like normal again. Okay, so movement, that's the first one. That's one that's really going to help you. The second one is meditation. And the reason meditation can help you raise your vibrations is it provides clarity, and it provides like, you can just like having a calm moment stops that inner critic, stops the static in your mind, stops the like flow, the frazzledness of like thought, right? And it just really centers you in. And sometimes this happens to me. Sometimes when I get into a meditative state, I can actually like feel and hear my vibration, which is a very intriguing sensation. But knowing that I can feel that naturally raises it up. So meditation is the second one. Plus, you're connecting with like your inner or higher self. And so that will provide you with clarity and answers. If you're like, I just feel so sad right now and I'm not sure why. I just kind of want to cry and I don't know. I don't know what it is about that. If you take a minute to meditate, usually the answer will rise to the surface. Okay. The third one is gratitude. And I know gratitude is a big word. It gets thrown out there, but it's such an important tool. And gratitude allows you to focus in on all of the abundant things in your life rather than maybe what's happening and everything that's going wrong or everything you don't have. And so when I'm feeling in a low vibrational state, especially like if I'm out and about and I don't have time to like meditate or take a nap or do all these other things, I just like take a minute and like start thinking of some things I'm grateful for. And just that small moment can shift your perspective. And when you shift your perspective, you see things differently. And when you see things differently, things change and are different. So gratitude can really just pull you out of that emotional state of like sadness and despair and maybe guilt or shame. And it can bring you, or even that mentality of never enough time, never enough money, never enough energy. And it can shift you into that higher state of like, oh, look at all these great things happening. Look at all these things I do have. So that's the third thing. Now, before I move on to the last two, if you are getting a lot out of this or this is resonating for you, feel free to like and subscribe so you see other videos, or you can join me in Aligned Ambitions, which is my school community where we talk about these things. We provide accountability around them and, you know, those energy check-ins with people who are like into this kind of stuff, because I know not everyone is. So if you like this and you're watching it and you're into this kind of stuff, there's a link in the description. It's Aligned Ambitions, the community. I keep looking down because that's where my notes are. All right, the next method to raise your vibration, and this is going to seem counterintuitive because I just talked about movement. The other one is to rest or take a nap. And again, the reason it seems counterintuitive is because it's solving a different vibrational problem. Sometimes we're in a low vibrational state because we just didn't get enough sleep. Right? If you're up all night because you're thinking about all these things and you don't get enough sleep, maybe you're just tired. Or maybe you worked like really, really hard in the afternoon and you just need a rest. And so taking a nap, taking a rest can be a great vibrational raiser. And I actually find if I have something that like I'm really trying to process and like I'm really stressing out about and I'm overthinking and I'm in overwhelm and I'm in overstimulation and it's just going, taking a nap will, like, I just wake up having the clarity. It's like my subconscious mind is just working when I sleep, I rest, and then I wake up and I'm like, okay, this is what I need to do. Oh, that makes sense, right? Like there seems to be like such a logical solution to your problem that you were overthinking. And the last one is journaling. Taking some time to just get it all out there. If you're feeling meh or blah, right? I'm feeling blah today. I'm not sure what's happening. What tends to happen, I find, is like my higher self or my inner self like takes over and I'll just like start writing all of the things that are causing that feeling. And I find for myself, putting it on paper and getting it out there solves like 50% of the problem. It's like, oh, just recognizing it, just being able to describe it. It's like, oh, okay, that's why I'm feeling that way. That makes sense. All right. Now I feel like I can move on. And just the getting it out there takes it from like, I feel like takes the emotional energy from like being trapped and contracted and it's all on your shoulders. And it's just like, right? And so that is the fifth thing you can do to raise your vibration, like pretty much instantly. So again, movement, meditation, gratitude, rest or relaxation, even if it's just like 5 minutes. Journaling. Okay, again, just a quick jot. And so while we talk about this, I understand that this is very simple and it's not always easy. But having the tools and having something to go off of is much better than just sitting there in blah and being like, I can't move, I can't make progress, I just have to sit here and be blah for the rest of the day and I'll start over tomorrow, right? I don't want that for you. I don't like being in that way because I'm like, I got stuff to do, right? I need to keep going. Okay, so the important thing is you have the tools. And again, this is not about perfection. It's just about experimenting, seeing what works for you so that you can have those strategies and tools in your toolbox. Okay. And otherwise, I will let you guys go. Again, if you enjoyed this video or you're like, yes, I want more of these things, I enjoy talking about these subjects and I don't really have people to talk to about this, join me in Aligned Ambitions, which is my school community where we kind of raise the frequency together. So like if you can't find your vibe, we will help you remember where you put it. I can tell already that your vibration is about to change because you made it to the end of this video and I'm excited for you about that. And I can tell that your energy is already shifting. So keep going and I will see you in the next video, or better yet, I'll see you in my community. Talk next time.